Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be looking at the immigration crisis that is happening both in Europe and here in North America. I'm sure that most of you saw what happened in Spain the other day, where they just had, I think it was 50 to 60,000 immigrants just flood into their country, obviously causing a lot of problems. Mostly in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what's going on in Europe right now, because what's happening in Europe is eventually going to make its way over here to us in America. Europe is in shambles right now. They have a massive, massive immigration problem. And it's important for us here in America to keep an eye what's going on over there, because that's what's going to happen over here. If we just stay complacent and let this keep happening, we're going to be in just as big as of a mess that Europe is in right now. People really need to wake up. They need to open their eyes and see what's going on. In Europe, they have a huge problem with Muslims invading their countries. The big issue with that most people don't realize is that when Muslims come to a country, they don't come to live in harmony with the other people of that country. They come to take over. They don't come to live in peace. They come to take over. It's part of their religion. Whenever they move to a different country or a different area, it's their job to bring their culture and their ways with them and to force the people of those areas to live by their laws and their rules. Okay, so a lot of these, liberal people will say, oh, they're just coming here to live a better life because their lives and wherever they came from are horrible. No, they're coming here to take over, to bring their ways with them, and to force us to live in their ways, to assimilate to them, to basically wipe out our culture and force us to live amongst them in their culture. Okay? This first clip is basically going to explain that. Watch what this man says. This was in Canada.
A Muslim majority nation here in Canada, right in your face.
We have Canadian law here, and you say that you want Sharia law to displace Canadian law. That doesn't sound very respectful.
Not in majority, you wouldn't have any other option, my friend. Go to your queen and tell her to change the laws.
Change the laws to what, sir? To Sharia law?
No, change the laws to not allow any more Muslims to come to Canada. Like if you are bothered by Muslims, because we owe our allegiance and our loyalty first and foremost to our religion, not to the queen. To be honest, when I went for my so-called oath, I was silent. I didn't say anything. It was your responsibility to make sure you got it out of me.
Did you hear what he said? When you're not the majority, what did he say? When you're not the majority, then you won't have a choice. He's literally saying, hey, once we take over and we have 51% of the majority, you don't have a choice. You're going to assimilate to us. You are going to become Muslim. Your women are going to be wearing face shrouds. And of course, the liberal white women in Canada who are so ignorant are applauding that. They're like, yes, bring them all in. And of course, here in Europe, bring them all in. Or not here in Europe, here in America, but over there in Europe, all the liberal white women are like, yay, come over. We're helping you. All these poor people that need our help. No. They're coming to take advantage of you, and they're going to force you to assimilate to them. All right. This is what happened in Spain just the other day. I mean, look at all these people just flooding into just a line of thousands of people flooding into the country. All military-aged men. No women, no children. Those aren't refugees. If they were refugees, there would be women, there would be children, there would be older people. These are all men 20 to 35 years old. It's a military invasion.
The situation in Ceuta, Spain is currently out of control. It's being invaded by tens of thousands of migrants from Morocco and Algeria who are even swimming across the sea to get into the EU. And the local authorities in Ceuta have requested a state of emergency from the Spanish government.
Look, it's all men.
Pedro Sanchez has refused it, which has resulted in Ceuta not being able to use the military or special funds to deal with this crisis. And of course, all these migrants are going to be heading to Western Europe like Germany, France and the UK. And it's crazy that the Pedro Sanchez government declares the wildfires a state of emergency, but not an actual invasion of their country. Let me know what you think in the comments, and make sure to follow if you want to make Europe again.
And this immigrant here was caught breaking into a house, breaking into an apartment, just only hours after he came across. Here's an immigrant in the subway station in, I believe this was the UK, where he was just going around harassing people. And then watch what he does to this girl that's just standing here.
هنا في المعبر الحدودي ديال بلينصة.
And the liberals want to tell you that these people are coming here peacefully because they want a better life.
That's how we. Don't look over here. Or there. The media can't just sit idly and let Americans watch for themselves what happens when the Spanish city gets overrun by almost as many invaders as its original population count, or when it happens all at once. Turning a small territory into a public toilet, literally, is just a microcosm of what the media has been selling the rest of the West. So they've got to quickly flip the script and guilt trip us with a slapped together scare story on what happens when America sends its illegals back.
Temporary protection status, or TPS, allows foreign citizens to stay in the States when the U.S. government believes it's not safe for them to return home.
And temporary apparently means permanent, which also means permanently on other people's paycheck, when your goal all along is to change a nation's fabric so you can change its culture, laws, institutions, and very way of life.
Canceling these protections could allow the government to deport hundreds of thousands of people starting this year.
Deporting them is a disruption to the left's slave labor and support. Better to disrupt those American schools by sending American students home so they can house the same kinds of vulnerable women and children seeking asylum in Spain.
I utterly condemn the far-right thuggery we've seen this weekend. Be in no doubt, those that have participated in this violence will face the full force of the law.
And when you fight back to try and protect your country, your family, your land, they call you far-right bigots and racists, far-right thugs. How dare you not allow these people to come in and destroy our country, you bigots and racists? These are the politicians. These people are lunatics. I mean, I've said it in previous videos. Would they call the Native Americans racists and bigots for fighting back when the European settlers came to America? Would they say, hey, you racist, bigot Native Americans trying to fight off people who are coming here looking for a better life? No, of course they wouldn't. But if white people want to defend their land, oh, they're just racist and bigots.
The police will be making arrests. Individuals will be held on remand. Charges will follow, and convictions will follow. I guarantee you will regret taking part in this disorder, whether directly or those whipping up this action online and then running away themselves. This is not protest. It is organised, violent thuggery, and it has no place on our streets or online.
Again, all men, all military-aged men, right? Oh, there's one woman, right? Is that one? Yeah, that's a woman. Woman and child. One woman and child. All the rest military-aged men.
I go because my country, this not good. Fighting.
This is our country. You should be here standing with us.
You know something is wrong when your government doesn't take the side of its citizens.
They managed to silence us for 20 years with labels. Racist, Islamophobe, far right. They don't work anymore.
You know, what he said is true. You know, all the name calling you racist, bigots, Islamophobe, whatever. I've had people online call me these things also. I don't even care. I don't care. I want to protect my family. I want to protect my land. You know, I go to work. I pay my taxes. I don't want my tax money going to buy houses for legal immigrants who have never contributed a single penny to taxes of this state or this country, right? They call me a racist because I don't want to do that, because I'm sticking up for the black and the brown and the Asian people of this country who go to work and pay their taxes. I want their taxes to help them, to benefit their communities, just like I want my taxes to help me and to benefit my community, right? It's not about racism. It's about me and my countrymen. And I don't care if my countrymen are black, white, brown, Asian, Hispanic. I don't care. But people will call me racist, you know, online because that's how I feel. It's absolutely crazy.
Hundreds of protesters in Northern Ireland lighting homes on fire, cars on fire. Look at that, fireworks thrown at police in the second night of unrest there. It started after two 14-year-old Romanian boys were charged in the sexual assault of a teenage girl. The boys are denying the allegations through their lawyer, with this case triggering some violence and anti-immigration sentiment.
1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Wait, recording. Wait, recording. Google it.
My this is
here is allowed.
Trying to tell this guy what he can do in his own country. He's just I don't know what he's recording, a monument or something. And this immigrant kid comes up to him and tries to tell him not to record. This is what I'm talking about. They want to they want to force their culture and their ways on you. They're not going to assimilate to you. They're not going to assimilate to our ways.
This is
listen.
Go on.
Here is allowed.
Go on.
Here is allowed.
This is my war memorial. So
Here is allowed. I sit here. No one is here.
Yeah, come there, mate.
Here is allowed.
You rest you want to get near me too. Hey, rest you want to get near me too. Hey. See it? Did you see it? Get closer. Know what I mean? This is our war memorial. No, this! Oh, no!
Those pesky vehicles are up to no good again.
At least one person is dead, more than a dozen others injured after a car drove into a crowd at a pride parade in Berlin.
Yeah, a streetcar named Akbar desired to mow down some infidels. It was just some mysterious Middle Eastern car that was also convicted of trying to join ISIS before getting let out of jail so it could Allahu Akbar gay people. Because not even the scantily clad Rainbow Brigade is ranked high enough on the media's totem pole of intersectionality to avoid being thrown under the bus on behalf of the demographic of self-crashing cars and their needs.
Again, all men. All young 20s and 30-year-old men. I mean, look at all those people. And that's only a fraction of the amount of people who came in.
Across Europe, illegal immigration is straining emotions at the seams, pitting religions and cultures against one another. The friction was evident during our recent visit to England. 3 children were murdered in a mass stabbing of 13 people. When the attacker was rumored to be a foreigner, anti-immigrant rioting broke out, as well as Muslim gangs attacking white people.
Women are being attacked across the UK by the same group of people. And now it is no longer about if you're pro-immigration or against it. It's about, do you care about your protecting your women at all? Because you need to listen to what they are saying. And it's honestly kind of heartbreaking.
I'm scared that
You know, the left, the Democrats, the liberals, they honestly don't care about protecting themselves. They don't care about protecting their children. There's something mentally wrong with especially liberal women. And in this country, we have a lot of sanctuary cities and Democrat-run states. These sanctuary cities are providing sanctuary to child rapists, to people who traffic children. And the bleeding heart liberals are supporting it. Right? They don't care about the children who are being hurt. In their crazy brains, they think, oh, we have to help these poor brown-skinned people, even though these brown-skinned people are doing horrible things to our children. Right? Make it make sense.
like whenever I come out of school, they're going to be across the road watching everyone come out, and like I feel like one day me or other people my age are just going to be watched by these men.
And that feeling gives you a sense of insecurity, and you're at the age where you want that bit of freedom to go out and enjoy yourself.
Forget her wanting that freedom. Every parent should want that freedom. This kid's a kid. And she's saying that she now knows that when she leaves her school, there are men staring at her, potential predators. That should raise an alarm bell in literally everybody's mind. And yet still people are trying to claim that this thing was made up.
Can't do that.
No, I can't. I have to walk the longer way to school now. I can't walk into the town much anymore by myself. I have to really go with friends or parents. And I can't even really go to the park unless there's my friend's parents there.
Do you know how heartbreaking that is? How wrong that is that a girl should feel and is accepted that this is just totally normal, that she can't go anywhere without being with parents. She's not 5 years old. She's what, 15, 17? At this age, these girls should be like, yeah, we want to go out and be alone, but they are petrified.
This girl has every right to feel the way she does. Her and all of her friends are in extreme danger in the UK. Remember, there was a 219-page rape gang report that was issued by Reform, and it said that 13,000 rape gang members and pedophiles were only issued warning letters as opposed to being criminally prosecuted.
13,000 suspected rape gang members and pedophiles were issued only warning letters or non-criminal notices rather than being...
Are you a reporter?
And I had to put this clip in here because these are the people in the UK who are hired to protect the citizens. All right. I mean,
Are you here for a reason?
and they're not protecting the citizens. They're protecting the immigrants, and they're harassing the citizens.
Why you picked on me?
No, we just thought you were really suspicious because you were looking around at people, and this is a hotspot for theft.
Theft?
People, people pickpocket and snatch phones.
Oh, right.
And you were just really slowly walking around looking at people, so we thought maybe you were trying to look for a target.
What are you saying? You look like a thief.
Sorry? You're looking around at people, just watching people.
Are you saying I look like a thief?
No, we're just asking why you're here. We're just asking what you're up to. Because
why are you here?
We just...
Imagine calling the police because you need help and these two show up. You're going to end up now having to protect them also.
We're patrolling to see if there's any crime going on.
Oh, me too.
Or any suspicious behaviour, but we've just walked around here and we've just seen you standing here, and you're just like you're not with anyone. You're just standing in the middle and you're just kind of looking,
Are you here
watching.
to see crime? Are you like?
Sorry?
What do you do? You said you're here to see for crime. Like, are you a reporter?
No, I said, why are you here?
Sorry?
Why are you here?
To patrol for crime.
Oh, I didn't know.
I just explained why we're here.
I didn't commit no crime.
I'm not saying that. We're not saying that. We're just.
So why are you talking to me?
Because we're just asking what you're doing. Because you're just standing here, just
But why?
watching people.
What do you mean?
I saw you like.
He's just standing in a park enjoying the sunny day, and they're coming up to him, asking him what he's doing, why he's there.
Gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Before I come, I learned a little bit Rwandan. Miriwe neza.
This is the mayor of Brighton, England. This is what in my previous video, I mentioned how I believe they have 51 mayors in England now that are Muslim. It's literally a takeover. How are people so blind to this? This guy can barely even speak English.
Amakuru Yanu. It is my great pleasure as Mayor of Brighton and Hope to warmly welcome Ambassador Bushinje to our wonderful city today. As you come from Rwanda, I come from Bangladesh. So we are equal now in the diversity, Ambassador and Mayor of Brighton from the diverse.
A man has been found guilty of making sexual remarks. There it is. That's why they kept it hidden, because I said it the first time. I said it when they got charged, but racists right again.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this story about those. I think it was like 3 girls, like maybe like 12, 13, 14 years old in Ireland. This was maybe about a year and a half ago, where an immigrant approached them, and the girls kind of, like, I think one of the girls pulled out like she ran home to get like I want to say a knife or an axe or something like that, so she could protect her sister. And of course, the media made it out like the little 12-year-old white girls were racist against the illegal immigrant who was harassing them. The evil white girls being racist and not allowing the immigrant to harass them.
Racists vindicated again. That video of the girl with the axe came out, and people said these gypsies or whatever were trying to sexually harass them, basically trying to sex traffic them, trying to groom them. And the girl ran home and got an axe to like defend her little sister or whatever. And then people said, no, actually, it's a roving gang of racist 12-year-old Scottish girls who are harassing innocent migrants because they're racist. And people actually bought that. The police and the media were all pushing this narrative that these guys did nothing wrong. They're model legal immigrants. The guy had no job. They wrote this fucking glowing puff piece in the Daily Mail about this guy, called him a social media influencer. He had 2,000 followers on TikTok where he's posting videos like showing off his money and saying that it comes from English pussy. In other words, he's like a literal pimp. Guilty of making sexual remarks to a group of girls aged between 12 and 14 in Dundee before grabbing and pushing one of them to the ground. Racist.
All right. That's the end of today's video. As always, head down to the comment section, please. Leave your thoughts and opinions on any of the clips that we saw today. And, you know, if you're watching this in America, just keep an eye open about what's going on over there in Europe, because it's going to make its way over here. Europe's in a pretty bad way right now, and we're getting there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.